Hello everyone, I am the Honest Hierophant, and in today's all zodiac sign video, we're doing energy check-ins once again. So, within this energy check-in video, the energy that you're currently in, the energy that you need to put more attention towards, and the energy that is coming your way will all be covered within this video. If you know your big three and your Venus sign, you might have multiple messages throughout this reading. So go throughout the play bar and go to each zodiac sign that you resonate with, and you might have multiple messages in this reading. But take what resonates and leave the rest for whoever else is watching the video. And I would also like to say that down in the description below, I do have a link to my Ko-Fi page where you can book me for a private reading. And yeah, I just wanted to let everybody know that. But let's go ahead and get into the video itself, and you can click through to your zodiac signs. All right. Starting with Capricorn, what is the energy that Capricorn is currently in? And also, what should they be focused more on? We have Three of Wands, the Seven of Pentacles, and the Page of Swords. All right, so with that being said, it's kind of interesting to me that, I guess that's the hoe actually. I was going to say that's a sword itself right there with the Seven of Pentacles, but it almost seems like the energy that you're currently in is that you are currently combating some struggles to achieve something. It almost seems like you are trying to achieve a certain task at hand, and you are working really hard and diligently to it, but it almost seems like there's not a fair balance to what you're working on. Like, there's not a fair balance between work and rest and things of that nature, and it almost seems like you're kind of combating your natural instincts to figure out what that balance is. And it's kind of interesting because it's almost like you're forcing something, like as if like you're working so hard that you're going to make it work, but you're not giving it its time to grow, right? Like if you are trying to teach a toddler how to walk, you're behind the toddler trying to push the toddler to walk when it really needs its time to be able to do its thing naturally. And you're forcing it, the toddler's not learning, all these bad things are happening. And I think you need to have a little bit more patience when it comes to the work that you're trying to work on. So the energy that needs more attention is the Ace of Pentacles, the Ten of Pentacles, and the Two of Cups. Yeah, so it almost seems like what needs to happen is that there is some things inside yourself that needs to be digested about why maybe you are this certain way, or like what your goals are, and knowing how long it's supposed to take. And in the meantime, maybe you need to figure out what things you need to work on, what things you need to kind of reconstruct as your morals or your beliefs, or maybe your tendencies to help get you to those dreams and to those goals that you have for yourself. And with the Two of Cups, it just, to me, signifies maybe there's some things that you're missing with yourself, or maybe there's things that you're missing with a significant person in your life. But it almost seems like it's within yourself. What things is Capricorn missing within inside themselves, you know? So the energy that is currently coming your way, we have the Strength card, we have Queen of Wands, and we have the Queen of Cups. So to me, this kind of just resembles that there's going to be an internal balance between the passionate of like, let's go, work hard, let's play hard as well, to also being more relaxed and more nurturing and more taking care of all the fine details and all the necessities that needs to be taken care of by also having the willpower to be able to know what energy you need to be in at the given time that you are, working in. So, what advice does Capricorn need to hear? We have dreams, and we have money. Believe in your dreams, find a way to abundance. Interesting. So yeah, I mean, like, this doesn't mean necessarily that your dreams are like out of hand or out of reach. They are obtainable. You are able to obtain this abundance, but it's about how you go about it, right? You can't force a square peg into a circle hole. It's not going to happen. And I think what really needs to be done is that you need to, modify your square peg. You need to work on your square peg. And then when the time comes for you to be able to find that square hole, then you can stick it in that hole and it'll be complete. That just seems to be what it is here, is that you've just got to find the right resource, or you got to find the right way of doing things with your energy, and the abundance will come to you in the right way, and you'll also have the right tools and the right energy putting it towards it. That's what I have for Capricorn. All right, let's see what Aquarius has going on here. What does Aquarius need to know? Their energy. We have the energy that you're currently in is the Knight of Cups, Chariot, and the Tower. The energy that you need to be putting more attention to is the Four of Pentacles, the Seven of Pentacles, and Three of Wands. All right, so with the energy that you're currently in, we have the Knight of Cups, the Chariot, and the Tower. I do believe that you are someone that is kind of in an awe right now. I almost want to say that you are kind of like taken back by something right now, and you're not really sure like why you might be going through things, because maybe you feel like you deliver like a good product, or you feel like you deliver great emotions to certain things. Maybe you give your heart to certain things, but it almost seems like it's not enough for you. And it almost seems like, in your mind at least, that you are going through a tower movement where maybe you're putting your heart to something and you're losing something. So whether that's, a relationship with somebody, or whether that's a friendship, or just a connection overall, or maybe it might even be a materialistic type thing that you're losing. It almost seems like what you're giving isn't enough, but it almost seems like it's telling you something as well. It almost seems like there's a secret in the sauce in a way. But I think that's for you to discover. And then we have, for the energy that you need to put more attention to, is the Four of Pentacles, the Seven of Pentacles, and the Three of Wands, where it almost seems like, to me, maybe the reason why you aren't like seeing the signs is because you are wanting to remain the same. You're not evolving, you're not wanting to evolve, and that you should evolve. You should be the type of person that works towards growing. And right now it almost seems like you're not in that mode of self-growth. It almost seems like you're in the mode of like reliving the past, or trying to make things that are current right now just like the past. Okay? And that is not the course of action that you need to be taking. Maybe people have higher expectations for you to, do more with your energy, or do more with your heart, and not try to relive something that is haunting you, or relive something that is just not the healthiest thing for you. And maybe that's the reason why you feel like things are crumbling beneath your feet, is because you think that things should stay the same for a long time, or till maybe to a point where you don't really enjoy them anymore. But that's just simply not the case. I think you have to be in the mindset of self-growth, self-preservation, things of that nature, and be able to adapt. And I think that's something that you need to work on is the self-growth and the adaptability to whatever things around you with, falling in new things, learning to grow with new things that are coming into your life. All right, what energy is coming Aquarius's way? We have the Magician, we have the Five of Wands, and we have the Temperance. So yeah, the energy that's coming your way is definitely going to be some improvement. There's going to be a time where you're going to kind of like look within inside yourself, and you're going to, disperse the wrong energies out of yourself, and you're going to attract better energies, hopefully, and replace those negative energies with positive energies and create a better foundation within inside yourself, within your heart space. And I think that you're going to try to create new things. If you realize that, all the things that you've had in the past are now all gone, now it's time for you to create new things. And I think that's what you're going to establish moving forward, is that you're going to be able to see a vision and see what you need to do to bring in new light into your life and bring in new happiness and create that happiness for yourself. So you're not going to deal without for too long, but it's definitely a trial that you're going to have to go through to really understand what's going on. But for the advice, we have confrontation. Ooh. We have intuition upside down. Okay. Was not expecting that to come upside down, but confrontation, pick your battles wisely. Intuition, trust your intuition. Maybe this is a case scenario where, you're challenging things that are not going the right way for you. Maybe you get hostile when things are ripped away from you, and you're just like, okay, like I need to do something about this, and I'm going to, go out on a limb and try something, and it just backfires. I think that's not necessarily the strategy that you need to go with. I think the strategy that you need to go with is understanding, like everything's seasonal. Everything comes and goes in your life. That's how it's always been. If you've been living for a long enough time, you should already know that by now. But if you haven't, then that's something that you need to grow into, is understanding that everything is seasonal and not everything can last for a long period of time. But also with the intuition card coming upside down makes me feel like maybe you've been outside of your own intuition for a long time. Maybe you've not been able to relate to yourself for a while. And I think the advice here is to be able to work on that progress of relating to yourself even more. So that is the advice. Be careful how you go about things. Don't go about things in the wrong light, because I think you need to be more self-aware of your surroundings and of the things that's going on, and really try to dial that in. Try to dial it into actual realistic reality instead of the reality that you're trying to create that is purely wrong. All right, moving on. We got the Pisces coming up. What energy is Pisces currently in? We have the Page of Swords. We have the Hanged Unicorn. We have the Four of Pentacles, and the energy that you need to put more attention to is the Two of Cups, the High Priestess, and the Eight of Cups. All right. So it almost seems like, there's definitely things currently in your energy where you're not ultimately being satisfied right now, and that you are trying to take on new things, you're trying to learn new things, you're trying to explore new things, you're being adventurous, you're trying to see what works for you, but it also seems like you're carrying a lot of weight along with you when you're doing that, so it's extra fatigue for you. And you could also be exploring a lot of past things that maybe you shortly lived like a certain case scenario, and you're going to go back into that and explore that a little bit more and give it a little bit more time than you did before. Things like that. I kind of just feel like right now you're just searching for things that satisfy you, because right now, energetically in your soul, that you just feel like you're at a stalemate. You just feel like nothing's really satisfying you right now. So for the energy that you need to put more attention to is the Two of Cups, the High Priestess, and the Eight of Cups, which signifies to me that there's a lot of internal work for you, that you are not necessarily listening to yourself, you're not necessarily understanding yourself, and you're not communicating with yourself well enough. And these are things that need to be addressed, and you need to walk away from certain patterns that you're putting yourself in that really isn't like elevating yourself to that standard of communicating with yourself or understanding yourself more. You're kind of ignoring that aspect. You're kind of going out and exploring and doing all these things, and you're not necessarily actually giving yourself that time to communicate and to understand and to sit with yourself. It's almost like, say, for example, if you have a relationship with somebody and you don't listen to them at all, you don't listen to their feelings, don't listen to their problems, you're not going to understand them. And then whenever they try to relate with you, you're not going to relate with them. And it's just going to be a buzzkill there as the same case scenario. And then, of course, that person's just going to leave and not want to be with you. So I think that that's the case scenario that you've got to be in, is that you've got to listen to yourself. Or if you're talking to somebody or in a relationship with somebody and you're not doing enough listening, you got to be careful, because then that person might be leaving as well. So there's two case scenarios here. But the energy that is coming your way, we have the Devil, the Chariot, and the Temperance. So with this collection here is, I just feel like you're going to have to face yourself in the mirror. You're going to have to look at yourself. You're going to have to look at what you're doing to yourself. You're going to have to look at your bad habits, and you're going to have to explore that a little bit more. I think there's just going to be a hard reality that's going to be faced with you about some of the things that you're in denial of. And I think that's going to come to the surface and kind of just scare you a little bit, to try to wake you up, to try to believe in yourself and try to take care of yourself a bit better. Don't leave yourself as like a second priority, right? Or don't allow one emotion take more priority over you than any other emotion. But the advice that I have for you, Battle of the Blues, letting go. So take steps towards positive change and learn to let go. And realistically, like, that is probably the best advice that you could possibly get just from two cards alone. I don't think I necessarily have to speak on that too rigorously, because I just feel like it's captioned very well for you to understand, and that, you know, it fits very well with what I was saying already within the reading, that there's things that you just have to let go of. There's certain things that you need to better yourself with and grow into a more stable person and stop being stagnant, right? You don't want to be in that stagnant energy forever. So just learn to let go and learn to stop forcing some things in your life to be a certain way. Then we got Aries. All right, what's the energy that Aries is currently in? All right, we got the Two of Cups, Five of Swords, and the Hermit. And then we have the Nine of Cups, the Hierophant, and the Four of Cups. Okay, so I feel like there's a lot of pressure right now on you. And I would normally say with the Two of Cups that this is supposed to be like a pressure from within yourself. And for some of you Aries, it could be pressure within yourself about learning yourself, understanding yourself. But I feel like there's a lot of pressure with like a significant counterpart. It almost seems like there's someone that matches you pretty well, because you see within the Two of Cups, usually, you know, you got like a divine masculine, divine feminine energies within the Two of Cups. But within this Two of Cups on this like deck here with the unicorn deck, it's almost like a mirrored image of the same unicorn. So I feel like this person could potentially be a great match for you, and they match you like perfectly. Like if you let's just say characteristically are qualified to be let's just say blanking here. What would be a good example? If you were qualified to be a lawyer, let's just say, I don't know, this person's also a lawyer, right? If you are someone that has blue eyes, then this person also has blue eyes. If this person, or if you have a great laugh or a great sense of humor, this person also equals that same thing. If you have a specific talent, maybe this person also is talented in that same aspect. I honestly just feel like this is a perfect match, but there's a lot of pressure on you for some reason. There's a lot of pressure on you to understand this. There's a lot of pressure for you to relate to this. And it puts you in a position where you're just like hunkered in. You're hunkered within yourself. You're diving into yourself a bit more. And you're trying to relate. You're trying to understand. You're trying to figure things out. Why is this pressure pressuring me? So you're in a very stressful energy to understand this. And with the Nine of Cups, the Hierophant, the Four of Cups, the energy that you need to put more attention to is you need to understand why, you know, like things make you happy. Why things are being delivered to you. Why are things being tested with you? What is the understanding here of this energy? You're so captivated. You're so enthused by it. Why? You've got to figure that out. You've got to understand why. And I think that you are doing that. So that is a great thing. But there's lessons involved here. There's understanding involved here. Maybe this person is significantly teaching you a certain lesson that you need to learn within yourself and really grow from. So there's definitely something that you're evolving with internally, which is why there's so much pressure internally. There's a reason why the light has been flipped within inside you, so you can understand where to look and where to understand more about yourself that needs the self-growth mentality. So the energy that is coming your way, we have Three of Cups, the Five of Pentacles, and the World. Okay. There. Very interesting, because it almost seems like there's something to celebrate for, but you also feel bad about something. And it leaves you in a mindset of worrying about somebody else's feelings. Like, something has been completed. It honestly might be this resolution here, but it's something that is completed, but it's something that you feel bad for. And it's mainly about someone else's feelings than it is about your own, because I see you kind of celebrating and being with community and being with a good energy around you. But for some reason, you're also focused on somebody else's energy, which I don't think you should be, but you are, because I think you're just that relatable of a person, that sincere. But the energy is going to be good for you, even though that you're dealing with somebody else's emotions. So the advice here is creative wonderment, follow your passion, and gratitude. Be grateful for all you have. So I guess what really is being told here is that the answers that you're looking for is just going to be following your passions, following your instincts, following what you feel the most called to. The thing that feels the most lucrative, I think, is the best strategy here. And just being thankful for the opportunities, being thankful for the lessons, because they come and go. And I think that you are set up with a great, easy, lucrative, lesson here that will help you grow and will make you become a greater individual, a bigger person in the end. So that is really awesome for you. You're going to develop yourself into exactly what it is that needs to be made into for you to reach your passions and probably the best you've been collectively as a person, when you're divine feminine, divine masculine, things like that. That's very, very special. All right, so we're getting into the Taurus. I know the Aries one was a bit long, but we're getting into Taurus now. What energies is coming into Taurus's life? What energies is Taurus currently in? The energy. Okay, so the current energy is the Nine of Cups in reverse, Queen of Wands, and the Ten of Pentacles. All right, so there's not a lot to be excited for. There's not a lot of joy happening in your life. There's not a lot of fulfillment. But what is happening, though, is that you are really determined. You are in a position where you are still following a certain passion and you are making things develop in your own light. You're replicating your own light into the world and really putting it into the goals that you are trying to achieve. And I do feel like you're achieving a lot of things that you don't even realize that you're achieving. So props to you. But I think even though that you're not experiencing the Nine of Cups energy, you're at least trying to get there. You're at least trying to rework that energy to really master that energy, which is very, very awesome for you. But the energy that you need to put more attention towards is the Four of Pentacles, the Two of Swords, and the Queen of Pentacles. So honestly, I think that this is resembling something of did I resolve everything? Right? Did I resolve all of my problems? Did I resolve any issues that I've been dealing with or any past issues? Is there anything that is left unturned? Right? And I think that you are going to be putting more attention to that. But it almost seems like it's going to kind of further advance yourself, because with the Queen of Pentacles here, I just feel like the Queen of Pentacles is going to rule this understanding for you, that it's going to rule the understanding of yourself. Because I feel like the Queen of Pentacles is going to tell you you've done the best that you possibly can with the given circumstances that you've been in. And I think that you are going to be okay. I think that the reality of it is that the Queen of Pentacles is going to tell you that you're okay and that it's okay to move on from the past and stop looking backwards. It's time to start looking forwards. So the energy that you need to put more attention to is to stop worrying about the past and move forward into the future without feeling like there's something conflicting your current energy. So that is the energy that you need to put more attention to. What about the energy that is coming into your life? What is the energy coming into Taurus's life? We have, ooh, nice, the Sun, the Page of Cups, and the Three of Swords. Okay. I was going to say very, very nice up until the Three of Swords, but I do feel like the energy that is coming in is that you are still resolving issues with inside your own energy, but you're opening up to the idea that it's your energy that you're dealing with, right? It's the energy that you put within inside yourself. Whatever the energy that you are feeling, whether it's fatigue, whether it's heartbreak, whether it's anxiety, whether it's anger, whatever that energy is, you're opening up to the idea that you are the one putting that energy with inside yourself or on top of yourself, and that you are going to try to rework that energy and try to master it to a point where you are giving yourself a lot more freedom, a lot more energy bringing into your life that can create positive changes for you and maybe even get you out more, maybe get you outside more. Instead of being such a homebody, maybe you're going to be more into the element of the sun. So the advice, let's see if we can get some advice here. What advice does Taurus need to hear? We have sensuality, and we have owl. Express your sensuality and follow your intuition. So being able to kind of just develop better emotions to the things that you're doing, better emotions to how you represent yourself, better emotions, how you feel about yourself, how you relate to yourself, and just allowing yourself to dive deeper into things instead of being surface level all the time. Maybe you just need to be more passionate or more loving or more caring. And that's how you're going to also attract more of these positive energies, is by starting with that sensuality type thing here. And following your intuition is just being called to do more, I guess, like decision making with your intuition, being able to call your own shots and being able to be clear on that. And just stay in that path. Stay in the path of following your intuition and letting that lead you to where you're supposed to be and finding those positive energies. All right, that's what I got for you, Taurus. All right, let's see here. We got Gemini up next. What is the energies for Gemini? What energies does Gemini need to know about? Energy is Gemini currently in? We have Six of Swords, Cups, the Hierophant. Then the energies that you need to put more attention to is the Page of Swords, Two of Wands, and the Queen of Pentacles. So, with the energies that you are currently in, we have the Six of Swords, King of Cups, and the Hierophant. So, I really think that you are kind of like being directed towards like working on the idea of becoming something, right? With the Hierophant, it's all about being a teacher. It's all about teaching lessons or being there for somebody to learn lessons from, things of that nature. And I think you're really like leading to a point where you're trying to resonate with how that is supposed to feel, with whether you should do something like that, or just like building up the relatability to that. And I think that you're just trying to figure out like what that means to you, right? How does that feel to you? And you're just exploring those feelings, and you're being called to explore those feelings. But with the energy that you are needing to put more attention to is the Page of Swords, the Two of Wands, and the Queen of Pentacles, which is a really interesting combination because I just feel like maybe there's, things that you think that you need to work on, or maybe there's some things that are distracting you, and maybe you feel like, I almost feel like conflicted here myself almost, and it might just be me relating to your energy, because it almost makes me feel like you should be getting out and exploring more, but it also makes me feel like you need to like cut out distractions, right? Or cut out certain things that lead to distractions of you being able to stay grounded, being able to stay calm, being able to stay fluently in that divine feminine energy to do certain things that maybe relates to this Hierophant card, or exploring yourself a bit more with the emotions. But I think that you need to be able to be a bit more still, I guess, instead of just constantly moving. I think you need to be a bit more still and maybe give back some time to yourself and cut out some of the distractions. But the energy that is coming your way, and like I said, I was kind of conflicted because it almost makes me seem like maybe you need to get out and explore more to find your people, but maybe there's just two different messages for two different Geminis. I don't know. All right, the energy that is coming your way, we have the Magician. We have the Hanged Unicorn. And then we have the Knight of Cups. Yeah, so maybe this is talking about giving yourself that more time. Maybe you don't have enough time on your hands to yourself. Maybe this is allowing you to either make those changes, being like an executive and saying, hey, like I need to cut this out, I need to eliminate this so I can make more time. Or you could be manifesting a bit more time for yourself. Maybe you might be, manifesting that you have one less day at work, or maybe you're manifesting more time off, or something along that line where you are going to be able to manifest more time to yourself to create something that is more passionable for you. You're going to be more passionate at something and giving that chance to something. Or maybe you are giving more time to yourself and being able to treat yourself to something nice, or maybe you're manifesting more time to be able to spend time with somebody else. There's a bunch of possibilities for that. But I just feel like it's manifesting more time for yourself to do something. All right. What advice do we need to give to Gemini? What advice do we need to give to Gemini? We have Archangel Raphael. Go with the flow. Provider of healing for mind, body, and spirit. Let things happen. So maybe you're in a confliction of like holding back, that could be the distractions. Maybe you are, destined to do something, but for some reason your mind, body, and soul just aren't there with you, right? Maybe you feel that way somehow, do a certain thing, but maybe you just don't feel deeply resonated with, so you create distractions, you get out of the way, maybe you go out exploring a bit too much, and you waste time, and you don't have that time. Go with the flow, and maybe you're just denying yourself of something that you might actually be pretty good at, or you might relate to, or you might actually enjoy. Maybe there's a fear behind it that you might actually enjoy it. You might be stuck with it. I don't know. But I don't think you need to limit yourself. I think the advice here is to heal these energies, look within inside yourself and resonate with certain energies, like we had with the Six of Swords, King of Cups, and the Hierophant, and actually go with the flow of things. Actually allow yourself to experience things that you need to experience. All right. Thank you, Gemini. So we're moving on to the Cancers. All right. What does Cancer need to hear? What energy are they currently in? Okay, we got the Six of Wands. Got the King of Cups as well. And the Hierophant, okay. Interesting. Six of Wands, King of Cups, and the Hierophant. Funny because I shuffled these cards pretty well, and those came out. Same with the Gemini. Yeah, so I think that, you know, like, you are in a stage where you are also deeply connecting with yourself. You're also deeply connecting with your emotions. And maybe that's something that you're not necessarily doing enough of. Maybe your emotions are teaching you a certain thing that you aren't necessarily catering to as much. And I think that is something that you do need to put more attention to is yourself. Look within inside yourself, look at yourself, allow yourself to, you know, put yourself first, prioritize yourself, and elevate yourself to a point where you are looking at all things across the board. You're looking at your emotions, you're learning from your emotions, and you're letting your emotions be the tools to teach things to other people. Maybe other people are going through similar aspects as you, and maybe you're going to be able to teach these certain things that you're learning about yourself to other people. But the energy that you need to put more attention to is the Seven of Cups, the Hanged Unicorn, and the Page of Swords. Interesting. What does this mean? The energy that you need to put more attention towards is kind of ruling out things. Maybe you need to give more time to rule out certain things about yourself or rule things out in your life that are either like distractions, or maybe you're thinking about a certain thing that might not work and you need to test those things to see if they do work. And I highly suggest that you just try those different things and just try to eliminate those possibilities, so that way you can be centrally focused on one thing. And that will be a good thing for you to do, is just give yourself some time to explore these different realms of ideas that you have. And it's not going to hurt anything, but I think it's just going to prove to you what, you know, you need to do for yourself and eliminate these possibilities. So the energy that is coming your way is the Three of Cups, Two of Pentacles, and the Ace of Cups. So I think that you're going to be in a state of energy of happiness, for one, but you're also going to be in a state of like dealing with an old energy and dealing with a new energy. But this new energy seems to be bringing some sort of life to you that you will be celebrating, that you will be cherishing, that you will be happy for. So I think releasing this old energy and not letting it kind of like standing in the way of the new energy will allow you to be more fulfilled within that, be more excited about that, and be more willing to take more chances and risks with that to create better opportunities for yourself. What advice do we need to hear for Cancer? We have Angel of Miracles and Archangel Raphael. Open your heart and expect a miracle. Provider of healing for mind, body, and spirit. Yeah, so I think like literally this just means that you have some things within your heart space that you need to work on, that you need to resonate with these feelings, understand these feelings, and cleanse maybe some of these feelings. Maybe there's some feelings in there that aren't necessarily the greatest that you need to rework and understand a bit more, and just be a bit more like the Page of Cups. Be more open and honest with yourself to, you know, set the energies right to attract maybe something good, or maybe like a miracle. Something like that. And I think that will be good for you in dealing with these energies, because I think good things will be allowed to come into your life through this gateway of reworked energies. But that's what I got for you, Cancer. All right. Let's get into Leo. What does Leo need to know about the energies that they are currently in? The energies they need to put more attention to. We have King of Pentacles, We have the Three of Wands, Five of Swords, Knight of Swords, Tower, and the King of Swords. So I feel like there's some things that maybe you are waiting for things to change. Maybe you're waiting for things to be handled, outside of your reach. Maybe you were expecting things to be handled by other people. And you are like heavily in thought about this. You're heavily in the energy of trying to like wait and let things play out. And you constantly keep thinking about it. You constantly keep debating with inside yourself of like, do I handle this, or do I do something here? Or like you're just waiting for an answer of some sort, whether it's from somebody, whether it's from spirit, or whatever else. But you feel very comfortable in this waiting position. You feel very comfortable that you are, waiting for the right thing. You're waiting for maybe even success. You're waiting for an energy of, where to go from here, basically. With the Knight of Swords, the Tower, and the King of Swords, I feel like even though you're waiting, even though you feel very conflicted, there's a reason why you feel conflicted. And the reason why that you feel conflicted is because I think that you've got to be the one to take the power within your hands. You've got to be the one to make the move. And even if that means destroying something or eliminating something or causing chaos or causing a scene, I just feel like that's the right call for you, is that you need to be the one that has the power. You need to be the one that makes the choices and do it pretty quickly. You don't want to be like poking around, waiting around for things to like hurt you, right? It almost seems like you've got to be the type of person to like just take matter into your own hands, and instead of waiting for something to happen that's going to hurt you, it almost seems like you're taking the matter in your own hands so that way it like doesn't hurt you. I know you might be wanting to try to protect either somebody else or something else, but it almost seems like it's best for you to take actions into your own hands and take away the opportunity of something hurting you. So, what energy is coming into Leo's life? We have the Ten of Wands, Seven of Swords, and the Temperance. Yes, this closure, this ending, whatever, could be pretty hard, but it's not a Ten of Swords energy. It doesn't necessarily hurt you. It might put a bit more pressure onto you. It might make you feel like there's no injustice here. Or I should say, it doesn't make you feel like there's justice here. And you might feel like there's just some slimy activity going on. But with that being said, I just feel like, like you carry this burden of what has transpired, but it almost seems like it's going to pay off. Like you're going to get through it pretty easily. You're going to get through it within a short amount of time, and that you get to take away something that either has been stressing you or something that has been affecting your energetic field or something like that you can now toss to the side and kind of replace with something that you feel is going to be good for you and not really contaminate you, right? It creates illusion, whatever this is. It creates an illusion that things are, I guess, good, when really it's kind of slimy and not so good. But the advice I have for Leo, we have resilience and we have epiphany. Yeah, so rise above tribulations and seek clarity. So I think the advice here is that you do have the power of a Leo, of the lion, and you are going to be resilient. You're going to be able to get through the hard times that you might put yourself into by making these choices, but you're going to come out. You're going to come out on top. You're going to come out better than just waiting around by, doing what you feel like is the least amount of work or the easiest option. Taking the harder option of taking the power into your own hands is going to be the best option for you, and you're going to be resilient from it. And also, it helps you seek that clarity. It helps you understand a bit more, because maybe if you do just wait around and then you're hurt yourself, maybe you don't get that clarity. If you do it yourself, I just feel like clarity is going to come of like why you had to do it, you know? And then you're going to get a lot more answers that way as well. That's what I got for Leo. All right, let's get into Virgo. What energies does Virgo need to be made aware of? Okay. The energy that you're currently in is the Ace of Swords, Page of Pentacles, and the Knight of Swords. Energy that you need to put more attention to is the Ten of Swords in reverse, the Ten of Cups, and the Hanged Unicorn. All right. So, with that being said, I feel like for some reason here, there is some things that maybe you're either entranced in, distracted by, amazed by, you're very excited for. Things are moving fast for you. It almost seems like these are good things that, you know, you have clarity about them, you understand them a bit more. There's a bit more communication involved here. And I don't know. There's something about it that makes me feel like there's some like foul play involved here. But it almost seems like you're going through this the right way about it. But the energies that you need to put more attention to is maybe ending some things that you haven't given closure to, or haven't given a proper ending to, and just allowing those things, or allowing yourself to have time to do those things, to give a proper ending to something, so that way you can enjoy what it is that you are exploring, that you're excited for, that you are interested in, that you're following your truth, you're following your I guess intuition in a way, and you are exploring new things. So I think that you need to give proper ending to something, so that way you can experience something without like attachments. It almost seems like you need to cut the cord from other attachments, so that way you can be fully invested 100% without no foul play. So the energy that is coming into your life, we have the Two of Cups, ooh, the Sun, and the Judgment card. So, I mean, this could be, you know, finding something that does make you happy, that does make you excited, that does complete you. But it also could be, you know, a significant person for some of you that maybe that you are excited for, that you are really wanting to invest into. And I do think that it is a good, you know, trajectory for you, but you've got to have like all focus on it, right? You've got to have a bigger perspective towards it, instead of having like a 360 point of view. You need to have like a, what would it be, like a 180 almost? Because with a 360 point of view, you have to worry about what's behind you. You have to worry about if someone's going to attack you, or whatever the case scenario is. So being able to have a clear perspective on what actually makes you excited, what actually is your truth, then you're going to be good. So take care of whatever this proper ending needs to be for you. You know, even if you feel like there is like nothing that you need to worry about, maybe there's things that need actual closure, right? Maybe you've ended something with somebody, and maybe you just not have given them the closure, or maybe you haven't really said the things that you need to have said. being able to release those energies by doing that will give you that correct closure for yourself, okay? So, what advice does Virgo need to hear? We have Epiphany and Angel of Miracles. Yeah, so whatever this energy is, Virgo, you know, like it is good stuff coming into your life. But like I said, seeking clarity, having that clarity of understanding, you know, finding clarity with proper endings so that way you can enjoy things. And just having a clear path, having a clear judgment, not worrying about other external energies that don't even involve you anymore. You know, you've got to wrap that stuff up and just be final, be done. And I think that's what you need to do. So good things can happen as long as you have 100% of your energy available to that. All right, what does Libra need to know here? What energies is Libra into? We have Justice, Knight of Swords, the Tower, Queen of Swords, One of Wands, Wheel of Fortune. Okay. So, for the energies that you're currently in, the Justice card, the Knight of Swords, and the Tower, very, very interesting because it almost seems like you are escaping from something, right? Maybe there's something that is blowing up. Maybe there is something that is not transpiring correctly. And I kind of feel like either you or the person like giving that executive like here's like how to fix it, or you're understanding that pulling yourself out of a current situation is the best thing for you, right? And it kind of follows into the energies that you need to put more attention to, which is the Queen of Swords, the Seven of Wands, and the Wheel of Fortune. It almost seems like you are executively standing up for yourself, right? You are executively peeling back the onion, being kind of like a detective, understanding where the faults are, understanding where, you know, the foul play is involved here. And realistically, like, you're done. You're done messing around. You're done not standing up for yourself, or you're done not taking care of yourself. And I feel like you are really eliminating, you know, any sort of opportunities for things to hurt you or things to kind of take the wind out of your sail, or maybe things that could, you know, corrupt you in some sort of way. And I feel like you're going to stand up towards that. You need to stand up towards that, and you need to make the best choice for you to get out of Dodge quickly. All right. So the energy that is coming your way for the Libra, we have Three of Cups, we have the Sun, and we have a Hanged Unicorn. Interesting. All right. So I almost want to say this is something about like quitting a job or something like that. If you're quitting a job and you're going to have more time on your hands, at least you know, like, even though you're in a position of either being unemployed or not having a job or something like that, you're still going to be in a great energy because you know you did the right thing. Or, you know, like, even if you know it's going to kind of like affect other things or affect other people, at least you know that you can be okay with the outcome, be excited for the outcome, and know that the right things are transpiring and the right things are happening. So I really just feel like there's just going to be a victorious type of energy, even though things might not seem like it's heading in that direction, I guess. I just feel like there's a lot of good energies that's going to come to play, and you're going to resonate with that. You're really going to resonate with the good energies that are coming into your life. So let's see, what advice do we have for Libras here? Wants to come out. We have moving forward. Yeah. And owl. Yeah, moving forward, get ready for positive change. Exactly what I was saying. You know, positive change is coming into your life. You've just got to allow it to, even if you feel like it might corrupt anything else. I think just following your intuition and knowing that you need to do something for yourself and doing the right things is going to make the positive change come into play. Even if that means like losing a job or making someone else lose a job, you know the right outcome is going to happen, right? Just take it seriously and trust your intuition to know that you can make the right choices, even if it messes with other people, okay? You just got to be able to make that executive decision. That's what I got for Libra. I always say this, Libra, that, you know, if you don't help somebody, right, even if it doesn't seem like you're helping them, something at some point is going to make them learn that lesson. Sometimes we are the person that makes a certain individual learn a certain lesson that they need to go through in life. Just like other people like are involved with helping you learn a certain lesson, it's the same way, you know, like just look at it this way. If you are not the person to do it, someone else later on will do it. You're just that significant person to be in that position. All right, what does Scorpio need to know? What energies are Scorpio into? We have the Chariot. We have the Eight of Swords. And we have the Strength. Then we have the Ten of Swords, Queen of Wands, and the Five of Cups. All right. So, a lot of heartfelt energy coming into the energy that you're currently in. And I feel like maybe you're going through a struggle right now that you're really unsure like why you're going through a struggle, or you're really unsure of like what this has to do with you, or, you know, what you're supposed to learn from this struggle. And I think just like pressing forward and just kind of understanding, you know, the emotions behind it is just going to give you like a better understanding, right? It's just something that you're having to go through. I almost feel like it seems to be the type of energy of like an upgrade as well. So maybe you're going through a bit of like acclamation or a bit of an upgrade, or, you know, finding truth, finding reality. But it's just something that you're having to go through. And all I can say really is that from these cards, that even though you might feel impaired or you might feel like you don't know the direction that you're going, you at least are going in the right direction, right? You're not going to be casted into an area of like uncertainty forever. You are going to be going into an area where you're going to, you know, be making changes, or you're going to be understanding it a bit more later on. You might not understand it now, but at least you'll understand it more later on. You just got to stay strong and focused on day-to-day operations of what you're going through, and just trusting your instincts, trusting your intuition. The Ten of Swords, Queen of Wands, and the Five of Cups, I think really this is just talking about like needing some sort of closure, needing some sort of understanding here, where you are maybe either overwhelmed with a lot of like ending energy, or you need to put some things to rest that need ending. Maybe it's something to do with like focusing towards the past and not really letting go of those past energies. Maybe it's the cord cutting of certain past energies to allow you to prominently stay on your throne with the Queen of Wands, to become more passionate. Maybe letting go of older passions could be a thing, and really focusing on what you do have. Maybe there's a lot of collective energy where you felt like maybe there was a group of collective energy that was working well for you, and only 2 things out of that collective energy are actually meant for you to stay, and maybe you need to cut off the energies that aren't supposed to be there with you, so that way you can be more passionable into the energies that are working for you. So the energy that is coming into your life, we have the Ace of Cups, we have the Page of Wands, and we have the Emperor. So yeah, I feel like this is kind of talking about finding something new that gives you that spark, that gives you that energy. You are focusing more on just 1 cup versus 5 cups, right? I know you probably should be focusing on 2, because I feel like 2 things are working well for you. Maybe there's a divine masculine thing, and maybe there's a divine feminine thing. And I think that maybe your divine feminine thing is good, but you also need it like a divine masculine thing that like counterbalances it. So I think that you're going to be finding a great divine masculine type of energy here soon that will also help balance things and also help make you feel excited and more passionable about certain things. So like, say for example, a divine feminine thing could be like art. Divine masculine thing could be like maybe working out or something, you know, like it just seems like that's kind of like the balance there. But let's see what the advice is for you. What I just feel like there's really good energies coming. Yeah. All right. So we have memories, and we have 7 heavenly virtues, keys to goodness, and cherish memories of loved ones. So I think that just means that, you know, there's things that need to be turned into memories, that need to be left as memories, and that you don't need to hold on to anymore. And you don't need to tip the scale in that way. So maybe, you know, these memories might be a plethora of divine feminine things, and you don't need a plethora of divine feminine things. You need to have more of that balance. And maybe that's the key to goodness here, is that you need to have that balance. You need to bring in those wishes to really like resolve any conflict of energies within inside yourself. And without that conflict, you'll have a lot more things moving forward for you to be successful. So that's what I got for you. Maybe you can look more into the 7 heavenly virtues if you would like for extra information, extra research. It's your homework. That's your homework, Scorpio. And if you already know, that's great. All right, last but not least, let's get into the Saggies. Just a good shuffle. All right. Let's see what the Sagittariuses need to hear. We have the Knight of Pentacles. We have the 9 of Swords. World. We have the Strength card. Page of Wands. And the Lover. Alright. So, I feel like, you know, even though things are like really good for you right now, there's a lot of stressful energies that you're dealing with, Sagittarius. You're on the right path. Maybe you're on the right path to discovering what those energies are, so that way you can handle them, that way you can resolve them in some sort of light and love type situation. But I think you need to eliminate these things. Things are good for you, so make it even better, right? And I don't know, there's really not much to say, but I think you need to cast some light and love energy to these stressors or towards these anxieties that you're having. So that way you can eliminate those, because it almost seems like you need to become more authentic to yourself. The energy is speaking to me that you just need to be authentic to yourself. Like if you have, like, let's just say an idea to say something to somebody that maybe you feel like you need to hold back, right? It almost seems like it's telling me that you need to be more authentic to that idea of actually saying that. Because maybe you feel like you need to be more reserved, so that way you are like a peacekeeper, or that you keep the peace and happiness and satisfaction with somebody, something like that. But I think you just need to be more authentic with yourself and kind of go off your gut instincts. And I think that will take away a lot of those stress and anxieties, right? Even though you might be saying something harsh, at least you're letting yourself release that energy. Because if you don't say those things, if you don't let those things out, then maybe you holding those in is allowing those energies to bull up within inside you, make you feel the stress and anxieties. If you don't release it, you're going to be feeling what you were supposed to say. All right, the energy that is coming your way in the future. We have the Emperor, the Judgment, and the Six of Pentacles. Yeah, so I think realistically, there will be resolve for you. I think that you're going to have a more strict, validating type of energy for yourself to actually say the right things in the right moments. Maybe you're not necessarily, like if you instantly think of something to say to somebody that is harsh in front of other people, maybe you'll just use your better judgment to maybe pull them aside a few minutes later after everything's settled down, and you can talk to them that way. You're not going to like blast somebody. You're not going to be the type of person to, cause a ruckus in the wrong way. You're going to be able to understand when and where to do something. You're going to have distinct determination to do that. But it also helps balance you out. It also helps relieve some of these stress, some of these anxieties, some of these problems. And you're not going to be filled with things left unsaid. You're not going to be filled with things that are compartmentalized within inside you, and you hold on to them. You're going to be able to balance those out. You're going to be able to give and take better, things like that. And it's just going to be more free-flowing type of energy for you coming in. So, see what advice Sagittarius needs to hear. We have opportunity knocks. Go for it. 7 deadly sins. Humanity. Destructive traits. Okay. So, yeah, like if an opportunity presents itself, you just got to go for it, right? But I feel like part of the 7 deadly sins here is not doing it in a humane way, and you needing to be a bit more light and love about it, I guess, because that way that you handle it in the best case scenario for yourself. But also self-destructive traits as well, and being that if you don't allow yourself to go for it, then you're just self-destructing yourself because you're holding on to that energy. You're not letting go of that energy. You're not releasing it. So I think being able to release it in a proper way of not hurting somebody with evil intent, that handling things in a light and love situation will go a long ways for you. And the King of Swords is at the bottom of the deck as well. So it almost seems like you just need to speak your truth. Speak your truth, and it will forever help you. So that's what I have for you, Sagittarius. But with that being said, I really appreciate everybody being here. Thank you so much. Gratefully appreciated allowing me to read for you and trusting me with your energies. Like I said before, there is a link in the description for private readings if you want to book me. And then also, yeah, just have a great day. I love you all so much. Hope to see you in the next reading. Take care. Bye. Peace.